Yeah. Okay, I've decided that I wanted to take you guys through our local museum. We are inside the general store exhibit. Much of this stuff was retained from old stores that had closed in our area, and it's very cool. I mean, they've got everything from old receipts and this really neat old, stock items that would have been, that people would have sold in here. Here's a picture of someone who was shopping in the store that time. You see the S&W green stamps over there, and the old coffee grinder, and I'm sure this is an original counter right there from the store. I just love their Christmas tree. Look at this. They've got the old items on it, old brushes and scissors. What a neat idea. This is such a great idea. Sorry, I'm stepping on the floor and making weird noises. Just the really neat old stuff on their Christmas tree. I think that's neat. Lots of old signage. Very cool. Here's from post office boxes that they probably had up in the store. And they have, you can buy stuff in here as well. They've got little jars filled with candy and different things like that. Oh, this is a neat display in through here. All the different stuff they would have been selling in the store. Isn't this cute? The old egg boxes. Here's an old Talon zipper display. Isn't that neat? And here's some Clinton hooks and eyes, pipe cleaners, bromoquinine. It's just all sorts of neat stuff that they managed to salvage. An old Wrigley's. And then here's the front door. Remember those old rainbow bread? Anybody who's old enough would remember that. And the old Coca-Cola freezer. They've even got an old buggy right there. Shopping carts, we call them out here in the West. Okay, so that is the inside of their store display. And we have I believe this is probably a pie safe right here. And this is what the front of the store looks like. Just as cute as it can be. There's an old gas pump, the old kind. Oh, and this is pretty neat over here too. This is the there's an outhouse built by somebody. But here's a display of different kinds of barbed wire. I mean, some of this stuff was just lethal looking. You wouldn't want to go near that if you were a cow trying to get out or a coyote trying to get in. That stuff would slice you up right now. Look at this, is interesting. I've never seen this brushy style before. Just so interesting. So, I'm going to pan this way. You can see there's a display that is for a gas station display, which is very cool too. And lots of old farm implements. Old farm implements won the West. Yes, they did. Yeah, so isn't that neat? Yeah, very, very neat. And then back here is oh, this is cool. You guys got to see this. These are brands from, I'm assuming they're going to be all local ranchers. And a lot of the old ranches that aren't in business now, the families still have their irons. So that's kind of cool. You've got all the brands put down in there. Then when we come back over here, you'll see some more old buildings. Some of these buildings were built here, and some of the buildings were moved here that were actual buildings. This is the blacksmith shop display, and you can see all the tools up on the wall, and got snowshoes there. I'm looking in the window because I think I'm going to get better light by looking in the window. Then back there are some marvelous old things back up in that barn. is the old an old fire engine. There's some old pie safes and tools and things back in there. And then in here, this would be like a sort of a tack room. And you can see all sorts of rope and tack and things hanging. Lots of photographic memorabilia from the area. And one of these days I'm going to spend some extra time that's neat. Old apple orchard house. I'm going to spend some extra time here in myself, just kind of paying attention. Okay, here's the Marshall family right here. And those are the folks that built that building. And here's the guys, George, Jake, Douglas, and George Jr. So anyway, that's pretty neat. And on the other side of the tack room, we've got more barbed wire. And we've got a cowhide. And we've got a lot of different ox collars and saddles and saddle blankets and this and that. So, and we've got the horseshoe display. So that is that, and there's one other building that I'm going to take you guys through. Here's another view. You can see a wiki up over there and some of the buildings. This Bud Olson School of History, it's an old schoolhouse, obviously. We're going to see if we can go in there. I think we can. Off in the distance you see a mountain on the side of which is a very long 4-lane highway that takes you up to Shaver and Huntington and the ski resort where Nick is working this year. So let's just walk over here, see what's going on. They have a nice little Christmas display here too. With their little kind of country Christmas looking. And another Christmas tree with old things underneath it. This is a great idea. You know, I've got so much old junk. This would be a great way to display it. And it says, "Welcome to the one-room schoolhouse. Enjoy the trees and the wreath on the door. Welcome to all an old-fashioned country Christmas. These trees and wreaths were donated by Carol Goodrich." So, there you go. I don't know if you can actually go in or not. Apparently you can. Now, I've never actually been in this building. And here's a neat little tree, donated by the local library. And a baby buggy. And some marvelous old dresses that were owned by founders of the town. And some furniture. Sure. Another little baby buggy. Pictures of town founders and their families. And over here we have, oh, more little clothes. So darling. Just as cute as they can be. And a domestic display of irons and so forth. And somebody's old spinning wheel. So neat. And this has all sorts of knitted items and baby items and other little elephant. So this stuff was donated by, like I said, by local families. And let's see what else do we have over here. Oh, we have lots and lots of photographic memorabilia and little homey items. Probably a lot of this stuff was found on digs, I'm guessing. People digging it up out of their backyards, probably. These are cute little trees done by different classes at the elementary school. And just all sorts. Just all sorts of photographs from, oh, look at this. The Yancey house. Isn't that cute? Now, if you could make tiny houses that looked like that now, looked like little crooked houses, but they were all, you know, snug, that would be fun. And little phonographs, chairs, old school items. Just as pretty as it can be. More trees done by the elementary school. Yeah, so this is the one-room schoolhouse. Alright. Well, you guys, I'm off to Marvell. I'm going to do my grocery shopping. Oh, here's some Native American things. Oh, you see that? That little brush? That is a soap root brush. And every Native American woman made and used her own soap root brushes. They were used when the acorns were pounded down. They would use the soap root brushes to sweep the acorn stuff back into the little holes. You can see a wickiup, picture of a wickiup. Some just beautiful, here's a cradle board. Just so neat. Yeah, we have it's the Mono Indians who, I'm going to sign in while I'm standing here. It's the Mono Indians who lived in this area. And they traded across the Sierras with the Great Basin Indians on the Nevada side. We're going to go out now. And then the Miwoks from the coast came across the valley and would trade with the Mono Indians. So this particular part of the world, California coast into Nevada, was a extremely fertile with a lot of resources. Life was not real difficult for the Native Americans who lived and settled in this area. They were semi-nomadic, but you know, pretty much it consisted of going up into the hills in the summer and coming down into the valley in the winter. And so, yeah. So anyhow, there's little red truck. Little red truck says, "Carry me off to the grocery store. I'm hungry." Talk to you guys later. Bye.